Well, the play area's coming on. Big slide there. Looks like there's a climbing boat there. And climbing rocks with frame there. And a rope bridge between them. Oh well, looking nice. And a big death slide there. Well, back down here, and it's still sunny. We haven't had much rain again. Sometime since I was down, like, but might just have a quick walk up under the bridge there. See what there is. Well, just come down, but there's a plain bit there. I'll walk under there and a little bit up there, just see if there is anything. And I forgot to bring some more batteries down with me, and well, I've got 3 bar out of 4, so it shouldn't be too bad. Well, nothing up here. I didn't think I'd find much, but I haven't found anything. Well, let's see if anything's been turned over there with people coming down. But again, I don't expect to find much. Well, looks like that part of a capping stone off somebody's wall. Or even off the bridge. No, I found 2 bits together. I think they're broken off the same bit. Yeah. A little bit of a pattern on. Well, at least we've got something. Well, a nice big chunk. Bit of the out on it. I think it's just that green algae on the plane. I'll take it, but I think that's just going to be plain when it's cleaned up. Now there's a bit there, but that looks to have pattern on, or is it just muck? Let's just go take it and give it a wash. Well, it might have some, it might not. And another chunk of plates. We'll have that bit on the base, but again, nothing on it. There's a tiny little bit, and it's just got a tiny little bit of blue on, so I'm going to leave that. Well, a few quackers there going away. Well, I spotted a bit there and turned it over. I won't film it. Oh, it's a tiny little bit. Probably a little bit of Asiatic. Oh, I'll just be picking bits up like this for now. Oh. Oh, look at all this lot coming up now. Oi, no fighting. Wait. leave them happily feeding away. There's a lot of them here today. But we'll go down there and see if there's anything. Well, now I've fed you, leave me to some good bits, will you? Well, one bit of early RP there. We'll leave that. Well, there's plenty of blackberries here. Should have brought another bag. Right, another piece I turned over and weren't filming. I thought it was going to be another bit of white. But it's got some pretty pattern on. Oh well, let's see if we can find more down here. Well, not very much today. I didn't think there would be. But you've got to keep looking. I'll probably be making quite a few of these little short ones, sticking them all together. I'm just going to get something done before I go back down to London for another couple of weeks. Can you spot the find? Well, just a little bit of pipe stem. This is par for the course down here, just tiny little bits every now and again. Can you spot the tiny little bit? That looks like some willow. And there's always some willow, but I'm going to leave that here. Oh. Only some blue on, but not that much. No, I just picked up them two broken bits. I think it might be Asiatic under there. Go and give it a clean.
I don't know, they say there's a lot of fish here.
Oh, there's something on that. Well, very few finds on here today. A lot of ducks. Well, time to go home for tea, I think. I think there's going to be lots of little ones like this on here until we get some decent rain, which I don't think we're promised for a fair while now. Well, not many finds today. That blue one looks like a bit of a dream catcher by the looks of it, and that's cleaning up very nicely already. I think that's just going to be plain, that's just algae. There looks to be something on there, and there might be something on there. So, we'll see what it's like when it's cleaned up and in the roundup. Well, I thought today I'd have a look at the little stream, but instead of going to the bit that's in the wood, I'm just going to go through here and follow it along there. At the base of Pendle. Well, with the heat wave still going on, we've had a few bits of rain up here, up north. Well, I'll come down here and see what there is while it's still low. So I'll bring you back if I do find anything. Well, only bit I've spotted so far, rim of a pot there. I might be able to get down. It might have something on, but it might just be plain. So I'll go and have a look. No, that looks plain. No, we'll leave it. Well, apart from that one piece of pottery rim, nothing. Let's have a look, see if there's anything on here, because this is last time I were here. I got a big chunk of malt floor tiling. Let's see if there's anything else just washed out or been turned over by people coming here. Oh, there's a tiny bit of blue on. Oh no. There's a lot more blue on the other side. Oh well, we've got one nice piece. A bit of floor blue or something. But let's see if there's any more bits on here. Well, a bit of a Ribble pot there, probably a plant pot. Well, a bit there with a blue stripe on, and a bit of one up to the side, but that can stop. Well, a little bit of early RP there, and a bit of a pot there, nothing on it. And then both can stop. There's a bit here I turned over that's got some design on, so we'll clean that up. I'm only finding little bits, but I'm going to go further upstream. We haven't been up that way for a long time, so see if there's anything now, wheat being low. Well, I was going to look further upstream, but there were a few people there and it were all overgrown, so I'll go and have a look down at woods. I'll get down there. Well, I've come down on this bit. See if I can find out. Hopefully. Well, let's have a look, see if there's anything on this bit now. It's very low. Well, just a bit of blue and white stripe. Well, a little bit of stripy stuff again. But more like the upper mocha cup. Right, just check that. Well, that looks like a bit of an old hand valve, I think. Oh well. I'll just pick this bit up. A bit of a paint palette, but it's got a bit of markings on, so I'll take that just to read what that is when I clean it up. But down on another patch, and this is all I found so far. Nothing right. Oh, ooh. Speak too soon, Stephen. Well, I thought I'd find one further upriver, but malt floor tiling with a nice big chunk, so we'll get that in my backpack. I brought one today just in case I found something like this. Well, that's it packed in my backpack. Well, let's hope I don't find any more on this bit that's usually underwater, but we'll give it a go. Hello, mooey cows. Well, walking home, I'm just going to call out River on way. But what a view. Pendle Hill in all its glory. It's even better when you get a good sunset and it turns all red. We get our own Ayers Rock here. I'll have to try and film that sometime. Yeah, I'll have to have a look over that side of the river again, but I never find much. But that is one very big flat field. And the reason why it's flat, late 1800s, early 1900s, that was a polo pitch. And I think the stables were about there. So, yep, very, very flat field. Well, a few finds washing from a little trip. I didn't do out down the big part of the river because there were a lot of people about. That's doing some fizzing away. Hopefully it'll clean most of the rust off. And like I say, just a few bits there. Well, not many finds from two little trips down to river in various spots, little stream. But with the drought still being on, there's managed to get out into areas where I don't normally get, but there still wasn't much there. Two little bits, that actually do join. But a lot of spoiling on it. And well, a couple of bits I thought they might have something. I think there might be something on there, very faint, but it's not come up. And this, I thought there was something here that looked a bit like spongeware, but it's been abraded that much it actually just come off in bleach. And a tiny little bit. This was one of the better bits. Looks like part of a dream catcher there, or it's probably just some pattern. Got a window there, I don't know. Don't even know which way around it goes. And another bit I thought had something on but didn't. And a little bit of pipe stem. Always nice to find it down there. Well, this big bit, there's the attic. It's cleaned up quite well actually. Still a bit of stain in there that's just coming through a bit. But might be able to use that. And the stuff that was found in the stream. Don't know what that is, it's just some blue by the looks of it. A bit of scenery. Bit of a leaf there. A little bit on the back. That looks like it might be the top edge of it. And a bit of probably a mocha mug. And part of a broken paint pan. As far as I make out, it just said made, probably made in, so I don't know what make it is. But an unusual find for down there. And it looks like it's got some quite recent breaks on there, so probably with people going over the stones has broke it, but the other bits weren't there. And this lump of metal, I don't know, it's like a hand valve off summit, or even a wheel off, I think early prams and such like used to have metal wheels. But yeah, unusual bit. Might just chip some more of the rust off there, see if there's anything on it. But we saw a few finds. There's a few little bits that I've showed bits before. There's this. I'm thinning it down to go as a jigsaw piece in summer. And that got thinned down. And another bit, still dusty, I haven't had a chance to wash them yet. But yeah. So let's see how we did them three. Oh, packing stuff away, and I was moving my rucksack, and I forgot to, with all the little find, and I forgot to put the big find with it. I haven't even had a chance to clean it up yet. Oh, malt floor tiling, probably late 1800s. I still need to find out where these are coming from. But the furthest bit I went up that little stream, it's only a couple of 100 yards before it goes into lodge past the old dye works. So I don't know where they could be coming from. But it's a big chunk, and I'll probably just trim them down a little bit, make a nice little planter for some air plants or something, but I'll have to get around to cleaning it. If you ever want to know out about malt floor tilings, there's this superb book by Richard Emery. If you he has it for sale on eBay and other sites, I think. But yeah, really good book, and very informative, and a very thick one as well. So if you ever want to know anything about anything, yeah, this is the book to have. So thanks to Richard for sending us one of these copies one time. This little piece I saved will end up probably the jigsaw bit in summer. Well, I'm just going to take it down a little bit, make it a bit thinner and easier to work with. I'll do most of that off camera because you can only see the back of my fingers when I'm doing a little bit like that. Well, that's thinned it down a lot. So, another jigsaw piece. There's this one. It doesn't want too much taking down. It's nice enough to go in there, and I can either do a white or a blue, or maybe a different colour around it. But I do like doing them in these big mounts. Pity that the loops there don't go the opposite way, because I've got to fit a link in there for chain to run through. Well, that's a lot thinner. Stands up a little bit there, but with it being in the middle, I can infill all the way around it. So that's another one done for now. And there's this one. It just wants thinning down a bit. Well, that's good enough. Just wants a little bit of infilling out in there, but it should be alright with that one. And like I say, that's one I've noticed before. There's been like a tear in the transfer going up there as we've been putting it on. Well, it's goodbye from me and the ducks today.